Hello everyone, this is KP the Math G. We are applying the second fundamental theorem of calculus to some problems. Well, now I've got a problem up here, but we don't know what the second fundamental theorem of calculus is, so I'm going to show you. Alright, so in other words, if you have an interval from, let's say, A to B, F at x dx, then that antiderivative is, actually this is called a definite interval because you're going from one definite place to another definite place. Alright, so this is f at b minus f at a. Okay, that's the general idea. You'll see what I'm talking about when we do this problem here. I have two problems that I want to do, pose to you. And actually I want to do this in two parts. So this is part one, and the reason this is part one is that the other problem is the other two problems are a little more difficult. Alright, let's see about this problem here. I want to evaluate. Now you, hopefully you've seen some of my videos on how to take the indefinite integral of this. That's why we do that first. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we are going from 0 to 3, and we're going to integrate right here. Alright, so let's do that. We're going to add 1 to 3, that's 4, and I'm simply going to divide by 4 right there. So that is 4x to the 4th over 4 right there. Minus sign. Alright, so here again I'm going to add 1 and then divide down here. So this is actually a 3 up here. So 6x cubed divided by 3. Alright, so that's what you do. This is kind of that power rule. Alright, you're going to add 1 to the 3 and divide by 4, in other words. Add 1 to 2, which is 3, you're going to divide by 3. We can clean this up. 4 over 4 divides out. So we're left with x to the 4th minus 2x cubed. And we're going from 3. We're going from 3 to 0. Or 0 to 3, rather. Again, plug the 3 in first. So what we have here is, let's put this up here. Alright, so 3 to the 4th, alright, minus 2 times 3 cubed, minus sign. Remember that formula said, or this theorem says, is f at b, minus f at a. So we have to incorporate the minus sign in between here. So we're going to do that. Minus, alright, 0 to the 4th minus 2x, 0 cubed. Alright, 0 cubed right there. Well, I believe you know what all that is, don't you? Right? Let's see what we have here. 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. And then remember, do not make an algebra 1 mistake, okay, or even a pre-algebra mistake by multiplying 2 times 3 first. 3 cubed is 27, and 2 times 27, okay, that is 54. And when I subtract that, 11 minus 4 is 7, 7 minus 5 is 2, and that is 27. Alright, so remember what you're doing here. You are taking the antiderivative of these, and then you're going to plug in the 3 first, and then the 0 second. This could represent time. Time t equals 0 to time t equals 3. Alright, what happens in that span of time? how much water is in the tank or whatever. Okay? Alright. Now, let's just flip the board over. Let's do that. I'm going to do number 2. It's a little bit longer. Takes a little more time to do. Here's the problem right here. Alright. Alright, I'm going from 1 to 2 in this problem here. Alright, let's do it. We got to rewrite this a little bit, don't we? Yeah, don't we have a rule that says that a over b to the n is equal to a times b to the negative n? I'm just bringing that up here. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to bring these up here. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. I got to keep track of time because my wife is getting her hair done, and I definitely do not want to be late for picking her up. So, anyway, all right, we'll have plenty of time. All right, from 1 to 2. All right, this is still rewriting. So 3x to the negative 4 minus 9. Let's put it down a little bit. 9x to the negative 2. Lot better. That looks good, doesn't it? Please, you got to know to do this. Okay, this is something that you just need to learn to do. If you're not used to it, practice it. Get used to that. Get used to learning how to rewrite it. Now, we're going to take the integral. We're going from 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2. Alright, and here we go. This is going to be 3x, and by the way, we can rewrite this, can't we? Isn't there a rule that says that a b to the negative n is equal to a over b to the positive n? It's just the opposite. See, if I have that, I can bring it back down like that, see? Alright, so here we go. 3 stays in the numerator. Do not bring the 3 down. Ooh, I made that mistake when I first started doing all this. And I learned the hard way. Alright, x to the 4th down here minus 9 over x to the 2nd power. And we really have not integrated just yet. We've just been rewriting. Hold on just a second. We haven't integrated just yet. My bad. Alright, so, excuse me while anybody say that I'm having a senior moment. I'm glad you're on the other side of the camera. Yes, I am having a senior moment. Okay, here's how you integrate this. Once you get it up here, you got to add 1. Alright, I got ahead of myself, y'all. Come on. Plus 1. Now, and then divide. This is actually negative 3, and I'm going to put negative 3 down here. That's better. Okay, so, alright. Equals 3x. Now remember, you're adding 1 to negative 4, which is negative 3. And remember, you're dividing by that negative 3 right there. Minus 9. Okay, add 1 to negative 2. That's going to be negative 1. So minus 9x to the negative 1 over negative 1. Okay, don't forget that. Now we're integrating from 0 to 2. Ah, boy. It's been a day for me right now with this. I actually did an entire video. I hate to even admit what I did wrong. I did everything correct except instead of making this a 2, I made this a 3, and it's clear that that's a 2 right there. Yeah, this is a senior moment for me, I'm telling you. Alright, let's take care of business though. 3 over negative 3 is negative 1, so negative 1x to the negative 3. Here's a mistake that some people make. And, of course, yeah. Yeah, 9 over negative 1 is negative 9, isn't it? But there's a minus sign here. Treat that as a negative. So negative divided by a negative is a positive. Oh, yes. And I believe if I had to go back, this is not from 0 to 2, it's from 1 to 2. Okay. Now, I don't know. It's been one of those days. And if my battery goes out, I'm really going to be upset. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and evaluate. Let's get this rewritten. Okay, so a b to the negative n is a over b to the positive n. So I'm just moving that down here. Alright, so here we go. This is equal to negative 1. Let's see, negative 1 over x to the positive 3 plus 9 over x to the positive 1, which is just, well, just x there. And we are still integrating from 1 to 2. Okay, from 1 to 2, not from 1 to 3. Okay. Alright. Let's do this now. Negative 1 over 2 to the cube. Alright, 2 cubed. Plus, and remember, put that in first. 9 over 2. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to minus that with 1. So negative 1 over 1 cubed. Okay, plus 9 over 1. Okay, we can do some of this. So negative 1, 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this is equal to negative 1/8. Alright, plus 9 over 2. Alright, minus sign. Alright, 1 cubed is 1. So negative 1 over 1 is, of course, negative 1. Alright, so negative 1 down here. Alright, 9 over 1 is 9. All of this is 8. Alright. And this fraction is what we have to contend with right here. Alright, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to multiply, let's see, let's get the common denominator of 8. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 9 is 36. So negative 1/8 plus 36 over 8 minus, let's just go ahead and put we don't need parentheses here, minus 8, which if we wanted to, we can make that over 1 and make this, turn this into 8, okay? So 8 and 8, like that. So negative 1/8 plus 36 over 8, alright, minus 64 over 8. Okay, that's looking good. Negative 1 plus 36 is positive 35. Minus 64. Now remember, if we have the same denominator, we can just write that over 8. And let me see, I got 35 minus 64. I did this yesterday, actually last night. Okay. I'm thinking, no, yeah, that should be alright. Alright, so, yep, okay. Let's try it and see what we get here. Alright. Let's see. 14 minus 5 is 9. It's going to be a negative answer. Okay, and then 5 minus 3 is 2, so negative 29 over 8. And that's what I got, negative 29 over 8. Okay. Sometimes I do these problems, I have to make sure that I'm wide awake when I do this because it's late at night and I get a little tired and I have to make sure I'm doing everything right. So this is it here. So a few things we have to do here before we close. Always remember, bring this up, even if it means you have to have a negative exponent. And then remember to add 1 and then divide by that same number that you get, the answer. Alright, then after this you got to rewrite it again, and we did here. And then this is at the point where you can plug the 2's in and the 1's in. And then if you need, of course, if you have a calculator that you can figure this out, you can do that. I did this by hand. Alright, so negative 29 over 8. Alright, is the answer. It definitely does not have to do anything with as far as time goes, because time is not negative. So we would have to probably deal with some kind of amount and an amount of water that leaked out of a tank or something like that, because if it's leaking we have a negative, the negative answer shows that. Okay, alright, that's that for now. Please look at this again real carefully. We did everything correct, everything's looking good. On this other side you already had a positive exponent here. Again, the same idea, add 1 and divide by that right there. And then if you can divide out, that will be fine. Sometimes that can't divide, that might be a 7. You have to contend with it. Alright. Well, anyway, I trust this has helped you. On the next video, it's going to be a little more difficult, but we do need to do the more difficult problems. This is going to be by substitution, and I want to keep these two separate for one thing, and for another thing, my video camera will not allow me to do but so many minutes. It's an old camera. Okay, that's KP the Math G. I do appreciate every one of you. If you would, you can hit that subscribe button, and then if you want to make a comment, please do so. If you find a better way to do it, please show me, but again, you must be correct in doing so. Alright, KP the Math G signing off. Have a great day.